Alright, so I'm doing a video. I have had this Willis bag for about 8 or 9 years, somewhere around there. And I thrifted it from a Saver store for, I think it was either $5.99, $6.99, something like that. And I always suspected that it was fake. And so at the time I was a full-time reseller, and so I didn't want to pass it up because it was cheap. But I also had no confidence that it was real, so I refused to sell it until I could get confirmation. And then years and years went by. It's been sitting in my garage in a box. And I was getting ready to cut this up and use the leather for flowers. And I said, you know what? I'm going to double check. I'm going to check with the Coach Counterfeits Facebook group and see if this is real. I got confirmation that this is actually an authentic Coach. And so then I did an acetone test on the bottom, which you can't really tell the difference. And then I got a cotton pad and used acetone on the back. And as you can see, I didn't use acetone here, but I used acetone on this whole bottom. And so you can see the color difference there. So decided to do a video to show you how I'm going to remove it. Or remove the paint from the rest of the bag. I went to Joann and got this. It is Angela's Leather Preparer and Deglazer. This has acetone and ethyl alcohol in it. And then I had these already, some little cotton pads from Dollar Tree. And I'm not going to use gloves because the acetone will basically disintegrate rubber gloves and vinyl gloves, so there's no point. And I use this on, removing my fingernail polish anyway, so I am just going to use it. But I do have this towel, this old stained rag towel. So I'm going to point this down so you can see the process here. Alright, so this is soaked in acetone. I'm going to start on the bottom and just rub with a little bit of pressure. So there you go. So when it comes off really dark, that is, I've heard that is paint. But if it's more translucent, like when it starts getting to be translucent, then it is dye. And so you don't want to keep going, because then you'll remove the actual original factory dye from the bag, or more than you want to go. Remove deeper than you want to go. And this is going to take probably multiple rounds of doing this. It's not an easy task. So, and then you also would want to condition the bag between rounds. So this could take me weeks to remove all of the colorant from the bag. Oh, I swear. And I'm hoping that this isn't going to reveal some horror underneath the paint that I would wish that I didn't remove it. But the issue is this leather feels terrible. No matter how many times I conditioned it, it just would not moisten. It would not hold on to the conditioner. And I dumped this bag when I first got it, trying to make it feel softer. And it just, the conditioner would just sit on top. And so I had no idea that it was paint or some kind of coating on top of here. So it's a very subtle difference that you probably can't see, but it looks like it may have been covering up some. Yeah, see, this looks like I've gotten it off. This bag may be stained, and that's why they colored it. Look at there. I don't know what that's gonna look like when it dries, but I don't think that's acetone. I think that's some kind of stain. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And this process usually takes a lot of cotton rounds. So if you ever find yourself in this predicament where you have thrifted an authentic bag, but it feels weird and it won't condition, it may have paint on it. And just remember, you never know what's under the paint when you start to remove it. So I really hope this isn't covering up mold, because this bag was with my collection for a while, my real coaches, and then I put it in the garage. And Willis bags aren't like my jam, so I never carried it. Because there are other bags where I thrifted to resell, but then determined it was fake, and so yeah, I carried until I was sick. Made mincemeat out of it. So, okay, making some progress. Oh, it feels so much better. It feels so much better. It's so smooth and buttery now. And this is just textury and weak. Alrighty. One of the groups, I am a member of a Facebook group, a couple Facebook groups. One of them is called Vintage Coach Cult, where we kind of share our love of vintage coach with other members. And I don't own the group. I just found out about the group a few weeks ago and joined. Found out from a TikToker, Vintage Coach Restore, Megan Svinston, and Svingston. I think that's how you say her last name. And oops, you know what? Sorry, not able to see that. I am getting busy here. Trying to get to this. So the color that they put on top seems like a chocolate brown, but as I'm removing that, it's revealing a mocha brown underneath. And the piping, you see the piping is a little faded. So far, I don't see any mold or anything weird. So far, except that possible stain. But I'm okay with that as long as it's not mold. No mold measles. We're all good. There's no mold measles. This seems to work a lot better than the straight acetone. It's not really leaving those weird streaks. With the acetone, it was leaving these dry streaks. And you could see the pattern that I rubbed it off. I was like, oh, that's not good. Oh, wow. Look at there. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. There's all kinds of pores. Oh boy, what's that? Oh, no, that's nothing. That's just a nick in the leather. Oh, it is pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna keep going here. I don't know how this is gonna look after. I'm anxious to find out. Oh. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Lord. Because there's deep in there. Okay, where am I getting gnats from? This might be a little boring. I don't have much to say here. Okay, I'm rubbing in different directions to get into the wrinkles, because the leather, you know, well, this paint could be stuck inside the pores. Oh boy, look at there. I think that's mold measles. I think that's hiding a little bit of, oh, it's hard to see it. I might have to get in some daylight. I hope it's dead. I hope that they treated it, because I sure didn't. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Now, this is really my first time doing this. I am not a professional. This is my first time removing it from an entire bag. So I have removed shoe polish from a flap on a Coach bag. But I've never removed paint from an entire bag. So this is going to be interesting how this turns out. I don't think I'm going to go very deep into the pocket just yet. I think I just want to get it off of the visible surfaces of the bag first, which I think I've done most of it already. So, like, as you can see the difference, so it's a little hard to tell. But I don't know, this bag may be interesting once its full character is revealed, full patina. So, alright. And so far, it's not making too much of a mess. I thought I was going to make a huge mess, so I used this old stained towel instead of, you know, a better looking towel. This one's all has holes in it. It's got stains. It's clean, but, you know, used to be a white towel. And once you use it for dirty jobs, it's not white anymore. Alright. I don't know how even I'm going to be able to get this color. So this might be some months long process. Oh boy. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Whoever painted this didn't do a bad job. They did a decent job painting it, but it just choked out the leather. And I don't know, I just didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the shade of brown that they used. Like, I don't know. Plus, you know, I'm really not that in love with the Willis silhouette. So I think I'm just prejudiced because I'm biased, basically. Because the silhouette just isn't my favorite. And it used to be. Like, the Willis was the greatest to me. Willis and the Patricia's Legacy. But then, after I had a Willis in the late 90s, and I carried the heck out of that thing. But it just was so heavy. And I carried a lot of crap when I was young. So, that bag, the leather of that bag, plus all the junk I used to carry with me on a daily basis, I'm surprised my shoulder didn't fall off. It was so heavy. Okay, I don't know how this is looking. I'm getting nervous. I am getting very nervous. So there's that. Boy, this is really dry. Dry, dry, dry. So let's look at there. It's oh, you probably can't tell. It's almost halfway done for that bottle. I bought 2 bottles, and I just may need them both. Just okay. Not gonna go deep into the pocket, just gonna go on the edge. Because, I don't know. After putting so much work into the bag, this is probably going to be my favorite bag. Alright. Did I do both? Looks like I did this, but it's not. I might need to do that again. Okay. So, that's round 1. It's feeling so much better. So much better. So what I'm going to do now is condition it. And I'm going to use some leather CPR. I conditioned this yesterday when I removed. So I put a coat of conditioner on there. So now I'm going to condition this. And then I'm going to leave this bag alone for a few days. And next week, maybe, come back and do it all over again. You know, do another round of deglazing. So, and you have to condition it, you know, so that the leather, because this is very drying to the leather. It's extremely drying. It's, you know, you have to remember that this is the skin of a cow. And, oh, I forgot to do the handle. That's okay. I am going to do the handle later. I might do it. I'm going to run it a little bit over. And so, if you put acetone, you know, for the ladies, especially if you use acetone to remove your fingernail polish instead of just regular fingernail polish, if you use straight acetone and then look at your fingers afterwards, they're super dry. They're super dry. And that's what's happening to this cowhide. You know, it's cow skin. And so when you rub that stuff on here to deglaze, the skin gets the leather gets very dry, and, you know, gotta get some moisture back in it to help protect it from cracking and damage, just like our skin. You don't want to look all, you want to look hydrated and gorgeous. All right. Okay. So maybe that wasn't mold. I don't see it anymore. So I'll see it when it's dry. I'll come back to that. Let's do the bottom. I'm being rather generous with the moisturizer because to me it doesn't, I'm not really gonna buff it. I guess I could buff it, but I was gonna leave it alone for a while. Oh, this feels so much better, you guys. I wish you could feel this. right. All right, so that, my friends, is round one of deglazing. So I'm gonna let this rest for a few days and then see if I need to deglaze some more. And then, you know, take a look at it in the daylight and see where I may have missed some of the paint. Right now, it feels okay. This last night, this panel that I did last night, it feels really soft and smooth. It doesn't look extremely even. It looks like I still need to get into these corners with the deglazer a little bit. It looks like there's some dark spots, but this feels so much better than it felt with that coat of paint. Doesn't look that great right now, but I'm hoping that as it dries and as I do another round of paint removal and then condition and keep doing that over and over and buffing it, that it'll start to get some of its life back and the leather will start to breathe again and be healthy instead of getting choked out, because it was getting choked out. It's getting choked out. And yeah, I still can't tell. I really feel like it was hiding what seems like maybe mold measles, but I really can't tell yet. So we'll see. But that's it for today. Thank you. And comment, like, my page, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. All right, bye.